So you want to talk to me about the match at Mania? It means a lot to me. Not only to me, but the entire women's division. You know, and I have to give my praise where credit is due. You know, to Elizabeth Baker for helping actually get us into that main event spot, and for her being the women's world champion that's put the division on the map. I think without her, we wouldn't really be able to have this match, have this main event. And honestly, this is the biggest match of my career, and to have that on the main event at the Mania stage, and for the top prize in the women's division, it's just incredible, and I can't wait to get out of there and, you know, perform in front of the CEW crowd. And I know it's delayed at the moment, but I can't wait to go out there and put out my best work. I don't think people realise how much of an honour and a privilege it is to be in the main event of CEWMania 3. And, you know, despite the feud that me and Skye have had on screen, we've both fought to get this main event. You know, I see her as a friend in a way, and honestly, I couldn't ask for a better opponent at Mania. You know, it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. You know, the story's been building up, and to finally have that payoff happen on such a big stage, and like I said, even on the main event, it's such an honor and a privilege. And I don't really know what to say after that. So as you saw, I was running through my entrance, and it's an entrance I've always wanted to have. It's an entrance, you know, that I think is very fitting of the character, you know, the whole Queen of CEW, Queen of the Mountain kind of thing. And it's an entrance that really sort of fits that mold. You know, they literally told me when I was preparing my entrance that that I could get an entrance, like a special one for Mania. And I said, nah, I'm just gonna go for my regular one. You know, as much as it's a big stage and all, I just feel like, you know, I wouldn't necessarily have a big, massive entrance. But I don't know. I mean, what can really be said about this matchup? I mean, you have two of the best women on the roster, my friend Skye and the current Women's World Champion Elizabeth Baker. You give them that big stage, you give them the main event, you tell them that nothing's off limits, and you're guaranteed a good match. I mean, these two know how to put on a good match, these two know how to put on a show, and at Mania, I don't think it's going to be any different. Obviously, I think my friend Skye's going to win. I think she's going to walk out. I think we're both going to walk out as champion, and that's going to be a real big moment, you know, for the team of Shigata, Skye, and all that good stuff. I know a lot of people are going to look at what happened, you know, Elizabeth Baker vouching for the main event, and they're going to think it was some sort of work. I'm here to tell you no, it wasn't. Her and Skye, they were coming to me almost daily, being like, "Oh, can it be the main event?" And I was like, "I have to pass it over to Byron." And I mean, he was the one that gave the clearance. I was the one that basically in kayfabe signed it off. But Byron deserves the credit for that. But it's gonna be one hell of a match. I can't give who I think's gonna win as general manager. I have to remain unbiased, but it's gonna be a good match. I don't want people thanking me or anything like for putting the women in the main event. It was deserving. Storyline 7 months in the making. You know, two of the best wrestlers we have on the roster. Not even talking about gender, just two of the best. You know, obviously they were hounding Eugene over it, and they ended up hounding me over it as well. And I was like, you know, fine. Because I was sorting out the card, and a lot like Eugene, I have to remain unbiased. It's going to be a great match. Hopefully they prove that they deserve the main event spot, and I can't wait to see what you guys think of the matchup. Man, you guys love me. Like, it's obvious. This is my second time being here. I mean, granted, you're talking about two members of the Foundation, but you guys really seem to love hearing my opinions. Two of the most deserving wrestlers on the roster getting the main event. I know I talked about how Max and Braxton are hard working, But if we're talking about two people who have taken the women's division and ran with it's Skye and Elizabeth, far and away two of the best, and they're more than deserving of the main event. Unlike Eugene and Byron, I can actually give my opinion because I'm a wrestler and I don't have to be biased, although I am biased. And Elizabeth Baker is going to retain. I mean, keeping it in the foundation, as she should. So that was the road to CEWMania 3 Chapter 2. Once again, want to thank you all for watching. I know it's shorter than the last one, but that's how it is. Please join us next week for the final chapter, Chapter 3, and I will see you all next time.